Hi, today it's my pleasure to be here with my teacher, Professor Yao, and we have a special translator.
Thank you.
Shana.
Shana.
So we have Shana and Professor Yao, and I've been looking forward to doing this interview for a long time because Professor Yao has been my teacher now in Tianjin for 8 years, and he's a very great composer. And not only is he my teacher, but I also consider him a friend as well. And so I'm really happy to do this interview today. Okay, so please welcome Yao Sheng and Shana. Okay, Professor Yao, can you tell us a bit about yourself, where you grew up and what you are doing now?
Yes.
您是在哪儿长大的？然后您现在都在做些什么？
我出生在浙江海宁南方，就在上海和杭州的中间。我的家乡出了好几个名人，就有徐志摩，有金庸，有王国维。有蒋百里，蒋百里可能大家不是很知道，他是蒋介石的老师，是钱学森的岳父。因为钱学森的夫人叫蒋英，蒋英就是我们那个地方的人，歌唱家，中央艺术的歌。那么我在那个地方是，后来我去了内蒙，上山下乡，然后又到了天津音乐学院，在天津音乐学院学习了4年以后，就留在这儿工作了，一直到现在。现在我已经退休了，但是我还在教，所以我能碰到史蒂夫，跟史蒂夫已经接触8年的时间，所以就像他说的，既是师生又是朋友了，很好。我现在主要是在家读书听音乐，然后是还教点课，还有点学生。OK。
Mr. Yao, Professor Yao was born in Zhejiang, the north of China, and the Zhejiang Haining. This city is in the middle of Shanghai and Hangzhou, and in his hometown there were many well-known people, such as the poet Xu Zhimo and
novelist Jin Yong.
The writer Jin Yong and Wang Guowei,
蒋百里.
Jiang Baili, such people. He went to Neimeng because he would go to the country yard. So for special 10 years in 1960s in this special
cultural revolutionary.
Yes, he went to the country yard.
During the Cultural Revolution.
Yes. And then he went to Tianjin Conservatory of Music after the 4 year of learning, and he stayed at
as
a teacher. worked here as a teacher, and even though he is retired now, but he still to go to do the teach children's. So
not the children.
No, I'm sorry. To teach your students.
Sometimes I'm like a child.
So there's a chance for Professor Yao and Steve to know each other, and they
become the
the
friend.
friend and the teacher. Yes, at the same time, and more than 8 years.
Maybe I should speak shortly.
Yes.
You can translate.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. And now what he's do is reading at home. Professor Yao reading books, listen to music, and also teach some students as well. That's
Good.
all.
Good. Well done. Yeah. It's used for a lot of things about the poets and the writers I don't know about. So good. Thank you. Tell us how you got into composition.
As a child, I learned. I liked music very much. So I go to Inner
Mongolia.
Mongolia. I go to Mongolia, and I play the violin. And
tell us in Chinese.
It will be easy.
If there are some things you want to say in English, that's okay as well.
我们那边有像那个解放军一样，有宣传队。宣传队里呢，要做一些曲子来唱我们战士们自己的事情。我就开始作曲了。
Professor Yao went to Mongolia, and he played violin at that time. Then he need to, compose some pieces for the army. The army. There was, there's a team in the army. They need a composer to write some songs for the soldiers. Yes. So then the Professor Yao went to began his composing. Yes, as a composer.
但是那个时候完全没学习过，完全是凭自己听到过的音乐来学习的。
But at that time, he didn't learn very system professional as a professional, and he just learned what he hear from, not very study the professionally.
但是呢，确实也写了歌曲，写了舞蹈。还为合唱队写4部合唱，而且呢，还演出。曾经到天津、北京，和沿着整个内蒙，我们巡回给我们的，当时我们叫内蒙建设兵团6个师巡回演出。6个师。你就说就 round the Mongolia。
Yes. At that time, he wrote the songs for song, for dance, and the chorus. And he went to from Tianjin, Beijing, and around the Mongolia has
gave performance
as a trip.
Tour.
Yes.
就是因为喜欢音乐，热爱音乐。
Just because he liked music very much.
Love music.
Love.
所以只要一听到好的音乐，就会手舞足蹈，就会很高兴。
As soon as he hear music, he will dance and feel very happy. So yes.
而且还有个最重要的，当听到音乐以后，就会忘掉了生活里边的一切，
Yes, when
而
he
进入了一个幻想的世界。Fantastic.
对 fantastic. And what is most important is when Professor Yao hear music, he will forget anything in the real life and will go into the fantastic world. Yes.
So he kind of forgets all of the difficulties about
Yes,
life.
yes, yes, yes.
所以有了音乐以后，生活就很简单了，就很容易了。
If we have music, the life will become easier.
而且就会很 happy 了。
Yes, you will be very happy.
So how do you go about composing? By that I mean, what is your process?
我到这个学校里来，开始正式的学习作曲。然后我留在学校以后，毕业了，留在学校以后，学校又把我送到北京的中央音乐学院，去跟那个杜明星老师学习。
Okay, but my meaning is more, how do you write the music? How do you start the process? Do you take a little motif and, or do you have an idea?
I see. 当然，在我进这学校之前，我的创作总是先要有旋律、主题，然后再把它写成完整的段落，然后我还会按我自己的想法去给它配上和声，甚至为乐队的伴奏配器。那个时候是这样的。那么进了这个学校以后呢，就情况有所改变了，因为就你得有更专业的写法了。这个专业的写法就跟现在大家写法是一样的。
Okay, before Professor Yao went into this school, he first began with the melody, to write the melody, and then will write the whole passage, the whole passage section, and then he will give harmony to the melody, and the fourth step is to orchestration.
Orchestration. Instruments, yeah.
Yes, and this is the process before, the composing process before he went into the school, and then we'll go on the, yes.
其实呢，就是跟专业作曲是一样的，只不过是学习了专业以后，那么可能考虑的方面会更多一些，更仔细一些，尤其是会更强调那 motif， 就是动机，强调节奏的这种模式，强调音色这些更音乐本身的这些方面，而不再是比方说完全是由那种情绪或者是由那种描绘性的东西来影响自己了。但是这个东西还是会有的。
Okay. After the learning in the school, he knew some the professional ways of composing. He will think more about the more aspect, such as the motive. And will emphasize more on the motives and the rhythm patterns and the timbre, the tune colors, and so before we'll emphasize more on the descriptive, the picture will lower than before, but this is also in the process as well.
而且就是我那个时代比较强调风格，这个风格主要是民族的风格。比方说，我曾经给一个电视剧叫《唐明皇》写音乐，那么要求是按照唐朝的风格来写，那这就是实际上是一个下功夫要去学习好多传统的东西，你才可能有那个这方面的可能性。
Okay, so as a Chinese composer will spend much more on the styles, the styles especially for our folk style. He had wrote a piece for the Tang Ming Huang. You know, Tang Ming Huang is
Tang Dynasty.
Tang Dynasty. So to write this music, he would spend much time, studied very much for the piece. Yeah. So we'll have the possibility to compose this work.
Okay, I think a lot of my viewers, our viewers, might not be familiar with Tang Dynasty music. Can you just tell us a little bit about that before we move on to the next bit?
其实关于唐的风格，实际上原来只记录在书里边，但是没有真正的音响，而且呢，留下来的，比方说在敦煌有琵琶谱，这个敦煌琵琶谱呢，现在在日本的正昌院、京都，在那儿存着，有很多人在研究，但是呢，写出来的音和节奏都不一样，所以这是一个很复杂的问题。那么在很大的方面，实际上是要把那个文化和精神气质，就精神和文化的它的这个 quality，把它表现出来，这是更主要的。但是它肯定跟某些音阶，跟某些节奏的形式，跟某些乐器，跟某些舞蹈的形式结合在一块儿，所以这个是很需要研究的。
So the Tang Dynasty. So we have the music only. The music only in books, read on books. We have no audios or no something we can hear from that time. So we need to and the score now in Japan, Kyoto, and so that is very different. It will be a very complex question to repress that.
The translator, the script in the books for modern music.
So can I add a bit onto that? Because Yao Sheng mentioned the pipa. Pipa is a kind of a traditional Chinese instrument that looks like kind of an upright guitar, and it's kind of played like that. And I think Yao Sheng is saying that the music is written down, but nobody really knows now how it sounds. So it's kind of like people are playing music how they think it should sound. It's kind of
several scholars they translated the ancient writing into the modern score, but it's different.
Okay.
那么像这样，但是呢，由于研究了这样东西呢，就对这个我们中国民族的这个东西了解的更多了。然后呢，而且呢，会写出一些自己的，跟原来在这个耳朵里听到的东西不一样的东西。不一样的东西。
So this process will help him to know more about the folk or folk music, and will write more than what we hear, very different from what we hear.
比方说，在这个汤明坊里有一首曲子叫胡旋舞，这是在历史上有记载的。
胡旋舞。
胡就是那个古乐胡，就胡人的胡，旋转的旋，一个舞蹈。胡旋舞，我就为这个胡旋舞写了一个作品，结果后来这个作品就一直好多，因为改编成一个弹拨乐的合奏，所以好多当时的时候好多大学里面的乐队都在演奏，在网上也能查到的。
Can you say that again slowly so our viewers can maybe find it on the internet? How do you say it again, please?
吴玄
Xuan. Wu. That's H-U.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
X-U-A-N
Yes.
W-U.
吴就 W。
And can they find that on YouTube or will they have to go onto YuKou?
你可以在百度里边可以能查到，
You can search on Baidu.com. Baidu.
Okay.
是一个谭伯乐合奏，谭伯乐合奏是后来这个刘德海，他们的这个中国音乐学院的附中的乐队，他们也经常演奏，他们前一阵他们校庆的时候还演奏了。
The Chinese, China Conservatory, the
China Conservatory of Music in
orchestra.
Beijing.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, so
That's
They
good.
have, yes.
what I'll do is I'll see if I can find the link myself and then I can put that in the notes on YouTube. So anybody who wants to listen to Professor Yao's music can click on that link.
Yeah.
And
当时我为这个，因为这个电视剧有40集，一共有
The
40
TV episode.
啊40集，我为他写了28个唐代的舞蹈。
The dance music.
28个舞蹈。
The episode was there are 40 TV episodes, and Miss Professor Yao wrote 28 dance music.
Yeah. 那个舞蹈都是由北京舞蹈学院他们编和跳。
The dance is composed by the Beijing dance, the conservatory. Yes.
Not conservatory, yeah.
No, college.
Dance school, college, yes.
conservatories, you have dance conservatories as well. Cool.
因为我写的东西可能就是都比较有特点，比方说我写过一个叫佛教的，一个为佛教的写的一个叫东方慧光，智慧的光，智慧的光，东方智慧的光，东方慧光是6个乐章的，一共是有将近70多分钟吧，6个乐章。那它是跟佛教的音乐有关，所以我就用了很多佛教的音乐，包括印度佛教的，但是呢，也用了一些现代的手法，跟它混在一块儿。但我觉得现代的手法可能跟古代更相连，是这样的想法。
So the piece is characteristic. Professor Yao used the Buddhist music, Buddhist music called the 东方慧光. That means East wisdom.
Eastern wisdom.
West light.
Light of wisdom.
A light of wisdom
From
east. Yes. That's very well. And the piece has 6 movements and is 70 minutes long. So it involved the Indian Buddhist music, and Professor Yao add some modern techniques to the music, and he also thinks these techniques are more is more related than to the ancient.
More close.
More close, yes. Sorry. Close.
So the modern techniques, the composition techniques Professor Yao is using are related to older music, ancient music,
and folk music.
Can you maybe give us some examples?
For example, I use 我在唐明皇里边有一个主题，你听一听啊。
Can you play it on the piano?
这样。重来啊。 那这个你听着这是什么调式的呢？你能听出这是什么调式的吗？
我的 modality。
你看，它本来是这个主音是这个音，可是我开始用的这样，哎，哎，总是弹错了。你听就这样。这是什么调式呢？
I have no idea.
这个调式既是古代的调式，又是现代的调式。
So the mode is the model is ancient and also in modern.
实际上，
So Yao Lao Shi added some, have the ancient scale and
Yes.
added some new
And the
notes
modern-
on top to create a new pitch collection?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Or is it exactly the same
Yeah.
as the ancient
yeah,
scale?
yeah, yeah. In fact, the modern composer, they always return to the ancient.
Yeah.
Then they get the new technique.
Yes.
So it's an old scale but with some new notes?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a new, new, 应该叫
民书
pitch 啊，它是新的那个音高体系
The new
Pitch.
pitch system.
，yeah, new pitch system.
Collection. So, what one thing should a composer do every day to be a better composer?
就是每天作曲家应该做什么能够成为一个好作曲家？
每个作曲家不一样，有的作曲家每天在写副歌，每天写一个副歌，他可能会是个好作曲家。有的作曲家什么也不做，只是在写作的时候，他全身心地投进去了。但至少有一条，我想有一条他是需要的，就是他的会这个语言，就会这个音乐的语言，这音乐的符号或者叫，要会这个符号，会拿这个符号来表达自己。
Okay, every composer is different. Some composer writes the fugue every day. He may be a good composer, and someone will do nothing. But he would master the musical language. Who know the music language very well to express themselves.
当然，其实更主要的是，他的想法应该跟别人不一样。
So the composer would have the ideas very different from others.
So a composer needs fresh new ideas.
Yes.
我还可以给你举个例子，我写过个小提琴协奏曲。这个小提琴协奏曲，我当时的时候，我到云南的石林，我看到石林那个礁石上，那个黑色的礁石上，有一个非常碧绿的、柔嫩的一个藤，从那裁下来。哦，这碧绿的藤就是小提琴的声音，后面的墙都是铜管和木管的和声，密集的和声。就当时的时候，我在那个地方得到了是这么的一个音乐上的启示。
Inspiration. Okay. For example, another example, when Professor Yao writes a violin concerto, he went to Yunnan Shilin, the rock Stone forest. Yes. He saw the stone. There are plants on the stone. This invoked him to the violin sound, and everything around the rock invoke him the wind, brass, and this was inspired him to write the piece.
还有一个例子就是，我还写过个写用四重奏，那个当时我是到张家界，那叫金边峰嘛，他那个地方，那我当时的感觉什么？是一大群巨人 ，giant， 在舞蹈，突然之间被凝固在那儿，变成了这个山峰了。
Another example, Professor Yao, when he wrote a quartet, he went to the Zhangjie in Hunan province. He saw some giants. The peak. The giants.
Just the peaks like the giants.
Like
the mountains look like
giants. The mountains looks like the giants. It's like the time is stopped and the time is
they are just dancing
don't
and
move.
then suddenly stop.
Suddenly stop.
变成了这些山了，
Yes. And the mountain is here.
也就是说，在我的音乐里边，我的石头，那个 stone 是在跳舞，可是别人的印象中间，这个石头是静止的。
So in Professor Yao's eyes, in his idea, he thinks that the stone is dancing. In other people, they may think they just still, they just don't move. Yes.
所以在不同的这个想法，给了你一些新的。
So this very different ideas give some new, yes, in music.
New idea.
In music.
So, can I say that one of the things that you recommend is thinking how you can interpret the world around you and put that into music?
Yes.
So, in this case, you gave two very clear examples of scenery, such as the stone forest and that kind of, it's kind of a beautiful mountainous area in Hunan. So you like to think how you can put that into music. And presumably, excuse me, presumably that would apply to, for example, art or situations or pictures.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
You are right. And 实际上是你内心有什么东西，有些你自己特有的东西，别人从来不会这么去想的东西。当然，等你讲出来的时候，别人也想到了；当你没讲出来的时候，他们没想到。实际上，跟写诗歌、跟画画、跟那个写小说，实际上是一样的，只不过是我们是用音乐的语言来表达。
So this is very similar to write a poem, to draw a picture, or to write a novel. Simply because this is the music language. Actually, this thing is something, some ideas in the heart, the very characteristic in the heart. Some others will never think about that. As soon as Professor Yao said that something, and then the other people will understand, will imagine that scenery. So that is something like write a poem, draw a picture, etc.
Okay.
So, discover.
Can I say it in different words?
Yes.
So when Yao Sheng writes some music, he wants people to kind of get that feeling of that place or that piece of art in their heart, for want of a better expression, to kind of get that emotion, maybe.
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, but it's the end of the art. 这是那个艺术的最终目的，但是当你要达到这个最终目的，你是要一步步这样走过去的。所以在一步步走过去的时候，有很多事情是很具体的。
there are very specific steps to the end of the music. Yes.
So
steps.
To get that kind of feeling, to get that.
To reach that the ending, and we have to many process and step by step to the.
Okay, so it's a result, but to get to that result, there's still kind of a compositional process that has to be gone through. I'm going to move on to the next question. These are quick fire questions, and I enjoyed the answer, but because time is short, I'd like to move on to some of the other ones. So another quick one is, what's your favorite chord?
Favorite chord?
Did you understand that?
Yes, 最喜欢的和弦，还是和声。
You see, the chord is
你说什么都
就是和弦是要通过关系来表现出来的，没有关系，那和弦就表现不出来。实际上真正的和弦只有两种色彩，一种是大调的色彩，一种是小调的色彩，只有这两种。但是呢，你这两种你都得有，它实际上是在和弦的关系里面表现出了它的意义，它的色彩，没有说单独的哪个和弦没有。
The independent, the single one chord has no meaning. It has to have relation, in a relation or contact with other chords. Its meaning will be, be expressed. So there are major and minor color in the music. So the chord must have to be in a relation to the contaction with other chords.
我给你弹这个，你比方说，你把这个和弦，这个和弦很好听，但是如果你在中间的地方，如果你加了这个音，你看它就不一样了。如果我加的是这样的音，这也不一样了。它在不同的地方和不同的环境里边，它才是好的。
So in different places, different environment, we will has different the situations. Yes.
So the important thing is the context.
Yes.
Rather than the
Context.
actual
Yes.
chord itself. Okay. Well, that leads on to the next question. What's your favorite kind of sequence? So movement from one chord to the next. To put that in context, a typical sequence might be 1, 2, 5, 1.
1、2、5、1。这个和声的形式。
这个也是，就是有时候你需要很规规矩矩的按照那个这样的程序来，有时候你就要打破它。1、2、5、1，你1、2、5、1，你如果是1、2、5、1，你看。这是1、2、5、1，可是我如果给它改一改，1，然后我这个2呢变成这样了，变成这样2，我5呢变成这样了，如果我的5变成这样，然后我再变成1，也可以啊。所以说这个没有这个说进行的这种怎么样最好，也不是，这也是要，其实就跟我们说话的那个语言一样，这个英语到了莎士比亚的笔下，到了叶芝的笔下，它就变得那么好，可是在我的嘴巴里边，那英语就变得那么不好了。
So, it is hard to choose what is the best sequence, the chord sequence. Some, as an example, has played on the piano. Sometimes we should read music under the discipline. follow the discipline. Sometimes the composers will break the rules. And for example, the English as a language is beautiful by Shakespeare.
Shakespeare's language.
Shakespeare language is beautiful, is fantastic. But in us, in our language, we say English, though not very beautiful. So
it depends how it's spoken.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
So 语言是要由你作曲家，音乐的语言由你作曲家给它加意义、加光彩、加色彩，是你要加进去的，没有一个死规定，没有死的规定。
There's no fixed rules for the composers. The composers add the meaning, the light or the color to the music. That's all.
Okay. Great, thank you. A couple of more and then we'll finish up. And who do you admire most as a composer?
Bach.
Bach. Yes.
Why?
巴哈，他探索了音和音之间的所有的可能性。
The Bach explored any possibilities between the note, every note.
Okay. And who do you think is the most overrated as a composer? Overrated as in.
过高的，Please.
Who do you think is the most overrated as a composer?
就是
您觉得是
过高的评价，过高的评价。
是人吗？
So it means.
哪个作曲家被过高评价了？
Who do you think is somebody everybody says is fantastic,
对
amazing, but is really not so good? Who do you think is overrated?
我想在历史上每个作曲家他都有好的作品，但是呢，可能评价过高的往往是一些浪漫主义和民族主义的作曲家。
I think the person is overrated is in the romantic and as nationalist composers are overrated.
就是他们也有一些好的作品，但是他们对他们的总体评价可能有点过高。
They also have the good pieces, the good works, but they are overrated as well.
Can you think of any composers in particular?
具体想到一些人。
有时候这个作品就是这么说呢，就是说是用了，因为是比方说是拿来跟巴哈、跟贝多芬来比较的时候，那么这些作曲家就显得弱了。如果你单独把它拿出来，甚至跟我们现在中国的作曲家比，那可能也不弱，也很好。所以不能够这样来看待这个问题，还是要具体的来看他的具体的作品。
We should focus on a certain work, a certain piece of the composers. When they are compared to Beethoven, to Bach, they are not very, they are overrated. But when they are compared with or contemporary composers or Chinese composers, this romantic and those persons are good as well.
Especially, and we should pay attention to the works.
Yes, the works.
Not the composer.
So we need to maybe not focus on the composer as a person, but look at individual works written by that person. Okay. Can you think of maybe one work that is overrated? I'm sorry to put you on the spot like this.
不好说。
It's hard to say.
Don't worry about it. So that's overrated. Can you think of any composer that is underrated? So people think, that person's not very good, but really they're good.
这个可能也不，因为在我自己心目中，我没有这样的人。我自己很清楚，谁是好的，谁不够好，谁这个作品很好。但是普遍的来说，因为每个人有每个人的想法，所以我不能说现在是哪个作品或者哪个作曲家是过高的被评价了，或者是过低的被评价了，不好这么说。
In Professor Yao's his ideas, he know very well about the works, work or the composer, whether he is good or not. Generally speaking, it is hard to judge someone is good or someone is not good.
Everyone has his own idea.
Everyone, yes, has own idea.
What about in China in general? For example, in the conservatory here, a lot of people play music either from the classical or the romantic time period. Very few people choose to, or for that matter, enjoy playing music from, for example, modern, the contemporary period. Could that be an example of like modern composers being underrated by them?
就是对，那就是这里边有个问题，就是在我们中国，甚至不仅只是在中国，在欧洲、在美国也一样，就是我们所处的环境，尽管已经很科学了，跟古代很不一样了，但是呢，音乐语言并没有跟上，就是音乐语言的表达方式还不能够使人们来理解这个时代，他们更多的还是理解过去的。但是从另一个角度来说呢，真正古代的也没有被理解。比方说我们中国的曲源、诗经，我们中国的老百姓也不是很理解的，所以实际上是每代人他自己生活的时间是有限的，他得到的知识也是有限的，他只能到这个，到了下一代人他也只能到这个，再到下一代人也只能到这个，真正能够冒出来的人是个别的、少数的，所以那个好精英也只是这些少数的。
So there's the problem in China and also in the Europe and America. It depends on the environment. Even though our society when go into now are very modern, advanced, technique developed. So, but the music language cannot help people to understand or society, and also the music cannot help us to understand the ancient music, and the talents are rare. Yes, only very few.
我再说一下，就是说一代人，就是说像比方说我能够活到70岁、80岁，那我的智慧只能到这儿。那么可能在我们在我们所有这一代人里边，可能有10个、20个、100个、200个这样的人，比别人的智慧要高出那么多去了。那也就是这么100个、200个人，不会太多。
Every generation has its limitation, the limitation of ideas, the height, and enduring. Among the generation, there is only few people, very prominent.
对。
然后呢，这些 智慧高的人，他可能会做出一些前面的人没有做过的事儿，但是他做的这些事，这些人处于一般水平的人，他不可能了解，他不可能理解，更不可能喜欢。
This the people stand up, very prominent people. What they do cannot be understood by the ordinary people.
所以呢，只有时代往前发展，慢慢，他们这些东西才会被理解。所以这是一个方面，还有另一个方面啊，你先说。
Only when the time developed, then the ideas will be received by ordinary people.
So if I can maybe put it in different words.
Yes.
So I think what's being said is that a lot of people don't appreciate, for example, modern music because they're not at that level. People who are great will often do things, write music, for example, that other people don't understand because it's more advanced.
Oh yes, advanced.
And so it's only with history, when that generation's gone and when people look back, that they begin to understand it. I think that's what's being said.
但是还有另一个方面。
Another aspect.
另一个方面就是什么呢？就是 modern compositions 不一定都是好的。因为它很多是它钻到了技术的堆里边去了。它违背了艺术本质。艺术的本质是什么呢？艺术的本质是表现你自己的感情，你自己的，实际上是你的爱、你的恨、你的苦恼、你的高兴。艺术本质是表现这个的，但是现在变成这个不重要了，技术变得重要了，那这也是使人不愿意听的原因。
Professor saying not all composers today are good composers because they are stuck in the technique to for the high techniques, and this against counterpart to the
contradictory.
Contrary to the music essence, the quality.
So
only focus on the techniques.
So a lot of modern composers use a modern style of writing, but they lack the real musical essence. So,
yes.
So it sounds modern, but there's not that kind of musical art to it.
Only the sound, but without any feeling.
Yes.
Brilliant, great. Well, thank you very much to both of you. Thank you to Yao Sheng, and thank you very much for helping us translate.
You're welcome.
I do appreciate that. I did want to get a Chinese translator because that way people won't accuse me of putting words into your mouth. I'm sure they wouldn't anyway. But so thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Thank you, Yao Sheng. I'll put notes with the video. So if anybody wants to find the scores, listen to your music, and I recommend people do that because some of the pieces are really interesting. They're wonderful pieces, and also it will give people an idea of the kind of music that's being written now in China. So thank you very much.